Noah, very good to have you on here, sir. Thank you so much.
Stoked to be on here, man. Thank you. I didn't just wake up.
No, no. We're up at 5 5:30 p.m.
Yeah,
most days. Yeah.
yeah. This is a grind podcast, right? Like wake up and grind.
Yeah,
You
and
know.
your regiment's pretty good, and I actually wanted to get into that. It's McDonald's. That's
Yeah,
what you've been doing lately.
it's McDonald's coffee, hash brown, two hash browns, sausage biscuit, and then just try, checking stocks.
Sure.
That's how I start my day.
Yeah,
Checking stocks at one.
I do like McDonald's coffee though. The McCafe is making great stuff.
Man, I'm black coffee all the way.
Okay.
I've like I was working with this dude who would just drink black coffee, and I don't know. One day he was just like, "You just drink black coffee, just try it out," and that's it. I don't like anything in my coffee. I don't like sugar or cream. I mean, every so often I'll do it, but
But you don't like it. You
I'm
don't like doing it.
no, I don't know why I do it sometimes. I hate doing it. Yeah, actually, in the like 1:30 is when I do my 10 push-ups a day. So we'll pause. I'll do my 10 push-ups
I
and
understand.
check stocks again.
Do you remember what initially sparked your interest in music?
Yeah, yeah. My dad. My dad was just annoying all of our neighbors every Saturday morning, just blasting music. And or if I were in the car with my dad, it'd just be like, shh, music, loud, loud music every day. So um yeah. I definitely credit my dad for that.
And what kind of
It's
music was he rocking?
Man, my dad is all over the place. He it's like and it's back to back too. It isn't like one day he's into something and then the next day he'd play something. It'd be like you'd wake up in the morning and you hear Neil Young and then James Brown and I don't know, Curtis Mayfield, Tower of Power, and then Zeppelin. And I was like, oh, it's all still in the dad sphere, but the playlist doesn't make sense. It's like it's actually why my playlists are like that now, I think. Like when I'm at work, I'm the same way. I'm like, yeah, Neil Young, Napalm Death, New
No
Jersey.
transitioning between these things, just one after the other after the other.
Yeah, but that was my dad's morning DJ set, and that really, yeah, my dad definitely. I credit my dad for that because like it piqued my interest. I was like, hey, and I would always ask him because I didn't know anyone's names, and when he'd be playing Neil Young, I was like, Dad, who's the old guy? You're always playing this old like dude. I need to know who this old guy is. I have to know. And yeah, I think it started from there.
Very nice. And he corrected you. He said actually he's young, and you said no,
No,
the
the old
guy's old. Yeah, what's
he
his
has a
name?
song about being an old man. He's young.
That's young. Dad, you're not understanding.
Yeah, I grew up with really loud music being played in my house very early. And Saturday morning cartoons were just like, I guess I watch them on mute, man. We live in a tiny apartment and there's no escaping this. Like, my dad would have these speakers too, and they're just like the size of me. They're giant speakers in the living room, and you just like sit in front of them and just pick CDs. And it's funny, you pick CDs and just play one song. And all right, next, you'd have like this 5 disc CD player thing, and he'd have his like set. Like, all right, I'm gonna play this after. I'm gonna play this after. And I'm just trying to watch cartoons next to him. But yeah, no, I love all of my dad's music. I used to like think it was his music. I'd hear a song on the radio and I'd look at my dad and be like, dude, they're
Th-
playing their song.
That's your thing, yeah.
Like how did they like how did they get the CD? Like they're playing your music. The music you played really loud, but that's it, dude. My dad is also like I always tripped out on my dad because he would find out about music and I like even like when I was a teenager, I would go to Amoeba with him. It was like our thing to do. I was like, Dad, you want to go to Amoeba with me? Because I'm into, you know, finding new music now. And we'd go and he'd have like I'd be like, what did you get? Oh, what is that? My dad would like out hipster me. It's like they're like, oh yeah, this is Kenny Burrell. You don't know him. He's a jazz guitar player. I'm like, what? I want to know now. So
So
my dad
he was on the cusp. He lived on the cusp of what was happening.
is an interesting dude. Yeah,
That's
full,
awesome.
full of surprises.
When did you realize like, oh, I wanna try playing some music outside of the speakers?
Um, it was like when my dad would start playing Pearl Jam, Nirvana out of nowhere. Again, his random playlist. It was just like he was just like listening to War, and then out of nowhere it's Nirvana, and I'm like, wait, what is this? These guys aren't old. These aren't old men. And yeah, I'd be like blown away when he'd play, you know, just like the like it'd be mid 90s and he's playing whatever was out at the time, and I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. So that started it, and then of course MTV, actually like music videos, man.
Remember when they used to play the music videos?
Music videos are I miss music videos. I still watch. There's like
Classic.
MTV Classics. And just show they just like me and my girlfriend sometimes we're like we don't know what to watch. We just throw that on. And it's just like a remember this music video? We're just doing that all night. But yeah, that had a lot to do with it, I'm not gonna lie.
Very nice. Now, when you picked it up, did it feel natural for you? Did you feel like, okay, I'm getting this early on, or did it take some time?
Um actually shit, I don't even really remember. I do like picking up guitar. It's like not being used to making any like like you know what I mean? Like even like holding down a chord was like impossible. And I remember thinking too, like, oh shit, it's not as easy as it looks. And I'm a kid, I'm like, I think I was like 12 maybe when I my grandparents bought me a guitar, and it was like one of those like you get a guitar and you get a small amp with it, and it was a crate amp and a crate guitar. It was like I've had it forever and I used it forever too. I love that guitar. But yeah, I do remember it being pretty damn hard, and thinking, oh, this is gonna be a lot of work actually. But I remember asking my parents like, hey, I want to start playing guitar. And you can sort of see them being like, dude, we're not gonna get this kid a guitar. We're not gonna buy this kid a guitar. They're like, are you sure? Are you gonna learn how to play? Like, are you serious about this? And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna, dude, that's what I'm gonna do. So when I started playing and I'm like, oh no, this is hard. I was just so determined. I was like, I told my parents I was gonna learn how to play guitar. I really want to play guitar. And I started buying these magazines, Guitar World magazine.
Sure.
Too. That was it. They taught me how to play guitar. Those magazines, and it would be like the dumbest songs because they have tabs at the end of the magazine, and it's like the blood how to learn to play the Bloodhound Gang. And I'm like, first of all, like I didn't even know there's guitar in that song. But I would learn every song like monthly that they would tab out. I learned how to read tablature because it teaches you in the magazine. And then even if I didn't know the song, I'd be like, okay, I'd have to find out, what this song sounds like. And yeah, it'd be even if it was a dumb song like Bloodhound Gang or whatever, I'd learn it. And learning it through like reading tabs and listening, and then like I started eventually catching like this tab sounds wrong. I don't think it's this. I think it's this, and that's sort of like developed, like it helped my ear develop a little bit. Guitar World, man.
You're writing for them now, right? Which is
Yeah, yeah.
neat.
This is the part. This is going to be on Guitar World's website, guitarworld.com.
$50 a month, and it's premium access to all the online content.
Yeah, dude. I wonder if they're still going. Is Guitar World still a thing? I have to check.
I don't think so. Maybe though. It's
I'm
it's the last magazine ever. It's just Guitar World.
magazine. Yeah, this is the only magazine that exists. Is Guitar World. Um, yeah, I gave like all of them away to my cousin, and now I regret that. I'm like, dude, if I could go back and read like what, because I remember I would read everything and be like every article, and just like I didn't know anybody. I'm like, I don't know who Zach Wild is. And I'm just reading, he's just like talking shit about Nirvana in an article. And I'm like, who is this? What the fuck? But yeah, those magazines were like that was like an extremely important time in my like guitar learning, a part of my guitar learning process. It was like reading those magazines and then thinking like that's the way. Like, when you're like a kid, you don't know anything really, and then you have like these professional musicians telling you like you need to learn this scale, you need to learn, like Steve I had like a section at the end of Guitar World, and it was like you have to know the circle of fifths, and I'm like, I don't know what that is, I need to know it. So it was, yeah,
And I'm not going to teach you how to do it. You just got to figure it out.
you just have to know it.
You should probably know this. How? That's another question.
Then it would just be like a tab like for like a riff. Here's a tasty riff. And you're like, okay, cool, I know how to play this thing. Yeah, I don't know theory or
Is it
anything.
is this implementing what you said that I should learn? Not at all. You're like,
Oh, it
okay.
sounds cool. Just like tapping. I'm like, this is the circle. That was a part of my routine, is like whatever like little lunch money I had or whatever, I'd save it up each month for Guitar World. It was like a big thing for me. And a lot of the time it wasn't even really necessarily me like learning how to play anything. It would be like reading interviews with Green Day, something, you know what I mean? And just be like, they wouldn't talk about guitar. It would just be a straight up interview like this. It was just like, so what's up? And it was cool to, get that end of it. Guitar World magazine, dude. Shout out Guitar World. And there was another one. I think it's Guitar Player. Guitar Player was another magazine that just didn't look as cool to me. It was the only reason why I wouldn't pick it up. Like I'd hold up Guitar World and Guitar Player and just be like, no, dude.
Got to choose one, and this is the one I'm choosing, not the other one.
Yeah, yeah. I was a Guitar World loyalist. I was like, dude, I can't. I
You
can't.
got you got to draw your lines. You
Yeah,
got to, yeah.
I can't switch teams, dude.
Too far deep into this. Trying to learn that circle thing.
I have to learn this circle thing, dude. I still need to know what that circle thing is. I've taken like a damn music class and I'm still just like, oh yeah, the circle of fifths. It's like something. again, dude, I'll know it that day. I'll ace the test. I'll I'll master whatever it is you teach me that day, and then next week it's gone. It's all lost.
Because
All
you're picking up another magazine. You're getting some more information. Yeah.
all the Guitar World information is gone. That's why I wanted to keep them, but I gave them away to my cousin. I fucked up. It it's not archived in here, dude. There's no way.
It's on pieces of paper.
Yeah, in my cousin's room in Sacramento.
So you're largely teaching yourself, for the most part, or at least early on. It was just you kind of learning it.
Yeah, I was a stubborn kid, man. I was so stubborn. My parents were even like, "Okay, we you proved us wrong. You learned how to play guitar. Um, you should take lessons." And I just remember thinking like, I don't want to. I just don't want to. And I mean, thinking back on it now, I wish, God, I wish I took lessons, and and I mean, I still, if I should find the time to do that still to this day, like actually, I don't know, properly learn how to play guitar, whatever that means. But
If the
I
job is getting done, the job is getting done. You know.
that's how I felt forever. But I still respect, theory and yeah, I don't know. I think soon I am going to pay somebody to sit me down and be like, this is everything you've been doing wrong, dude. You're a bad, bad guitar player. Just sit me down and just talk shit. Like, hey,
Listen, I got 45 minutes, and this is gonna be more of a verbal thing today. We don't even need the guitar. Just gonna
oh,
tell
you
you,
taught your guitar? No.
you think that you're at that level? Put it back in your car and come back up here.
Oh my God. How do you hold your pick? That's okay. That's actually something I'm like really I don't know. I'm weird with. Like I think a lot about how I hold my pick because apparently you're supposed to hold the pick like this with the pick pointing out, and I hold it like this.
Bingo. That's
This
the way.
like
That's the way to do it.
the magazine would like trip me out. I would always get tripped up over like I'm doing things wrong. I'm that kind of person where I'm just like, if I'm doing something, it's got to be the right way, or I have to start from the beginning. Type of like, yeah, I'm that. I don't know, that kind of brain, and so I feel like a lot of the time I'm reading like these articles are like the real like like, hey, this is how to hold a pick. This is how you should actually learn this. It would trip me up more than it would advance me forward. I'd be like second guessing like my playing. I'm like, oh, I got to start over again. Reset button. We got to go like 2 years backwards again. Now I have to hold it like this, and it's like learning all over again. And I would do that a lot. And I feel like if I had somebody teaching me, they'd be like, dude, just you're good. Let's focus on this and this and this. So that I think I look back on it now and I'm like, man, I wish I had, a guitar teacher. But we're talking about me not having anyone to teach me. I'm teaching myself how to play guitar at home. The internet, dude, the internet. I remember websites having like just there is a Sonic Youth website and it was a Sonic Youth fan page and they had like a link and it was like tablature for every song. And I was like, this is amazing. Like bands have fan pages with tabs for all of their music. That's pretty crazy. So the internet was, I stopped buying magazines and I was like, dude, I don't need to pay for this shit. I could just go online and learn Sonic Youth songs and how to tune my guitar weird. I don't need a teacher, dude.
And that's the day that print media died. So
Yeah,
now you're
and
in the new age and you're online
I'm
and you're
online.
yeah.
I'm online. I'm like 14, 15 or whatever, and I'm already like I think I kind of sort of like gave up on that idea that I'm like I need to start here and I have to do this first before I get here. I was like, oh shit, I'm tuning my guitar to weird Thurston Moore tunings. Let's go. Like I'm done.
I'm sticking a drumstick in between the board and the actual the strings itself, and I'm a burning spear.
There it is, dude. Um, man, that website ruled. If anyone else remembers that website,
Is
you
it
know,
is it still up or is it not? Is it not active anymore?
I'm checking, dude. I'm checking right now. No, it can't. It can't. I don't. I can't imagine it being.
There's no way. No.
Websites don't exist, right? I'm gonna buy that domain, SonicYouthFanpage.com. That's where you can find me.
And they go, no. Your website. And you go, yeah, I just gave you the answer.
Yeah,
It's
SonicYouthFanpage.com
World Wide Web dot Sonic.
.org. It's an organization.
Yeah, it's charitable. It's nonprofit. Was that another win for you?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna be honest, dude. I think I was stubborn. I was just stubborn. And I was like, I know I can do this on my own. I'm just gonna do it on my own. I like to do it on my own. I like to figure things out on my own. So why don't I do that with guitar? And yeah, there's probably some good that came from that. Like I still in the back of my head I regret like, oh man, I wish I could just jump in a jam and like play a type of way, you know what I mean? Like, but my like learning the way I did, there's like a certain kind of uniqueness that I think I honed in on. You know what I mean? Where I was just like, I like this note here, as where like I don't think anyone would tell me to do that. It was like something I had to find out. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just making it an excuse for never paying somebody to tell me what to do. I should have done that. I'm so bummed on that still.
But it does seem that when people traverse this path that you were down, it's like yeah, your mind's going to go in a different direction that somebody who is more classically trained is never going to think of doing. And it might sound better than what a more scholarly um person would come to an idea about. So I think there's pros and cons to both.
I think, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I feel like the older I get, the more I realize like if you know, if I were a trained musician with all of this knowledge, but I still had that same, I don't know, curiosity, it'd just probably be easier for me to do what I'm doing now. But at
Yeah, I
the
don't
same
think
time,
so.
I do get what you're saying, and yeah, yeah. I just don't. I guess I just don't want to ruffle up any. I'm just like, hey, man, if you, but yeah, no, I see what you're saying, and I do think a little bit of that did happen, where I'm just like, hey, I developed a way that I play, that's personal to me because it was developed here in my room through discovery, and so yeah, that. And yeah, like I said, I was a stubborn kid who just wanted to do it that way. And if that's the way I wanted to do it, um, I was determined to find like a way to be able to understand my instrument.
Yeah.
And so I guess, yeah, it did work. It did work out for me personally. That was my path. That's the way I went about it. And I really, really did enjoy like, especially with my friends, like figuring things out together. Like it wasn't just me in my room doing that. Like there were a lot of jam sessions with the homies. And at the perfect time is like right when we're getting into weird shit is when we all wanted to play with each other. Like we're like, dude, do you want to go in the garage at Henry's house and just make noise? Like it was like cool to just make noise, just be like fucking with a pedal, like doing shit like that. And
Just figuring it out.
yeah, man, I think the best shit comes from, being in a room with your friends playing music and not necessarily concerned with writing a song or anything, just being in a room and playing around with your pedals, your amp, your guitar, trying to figure out what it all can do, that's like I give my homies more credit than anything, because I'm like, that's when I was like, oh, I want to fuck around and find out. Going back to just like doing shit like that with my friends, I think that was like learning guitar on my own in my room. I was like, okay, I'm good enough to play. And playing with other people is just extremely important to me. Like I think that's how I play. I bounce off other players, to be honest. Like when somebody brings something like a written part or something of a song, I love adding to it, taking it apart. What if we did this? Like I love collaborating. And that's, I think if that didn't happen early on, I don't know. I'm glad that happened early on is what I meant to say.
Was it pretty soon after kind of getting the hang of things, at least on a more basic level, that you started jamming with your friends? Did that kind of happen at the same time?
Yeah. Yeah. I think when I started jamming with my friends, I was like high school good. Like when your high school friends are like, hey, Noah could play. I was like that good. Hey, Noah can play
Pretty
like
good. It's pretty good.
hey, Noah could play the Trooper by Iron Maiden. That's crazy.
No, I heard him do it, dude. Look, it's just
On an acoustic guitar, dude.
I heard him do it.
That somebody brought to school. Noah just jumped on there. It was like, like we gotta jam with this guy. That's around the time I started jamming. Like we were all like either at my friend Elias's house or yeah, or at my friend Henry, who would just like always have people over, and there's always like a guitar laying around somewhere or something. And yeah, it happened a lot. We were just kids who all happened to be playing music at the same time, learning from each other. It was like I realized how lucky I am to go. Like I went to school with a lot of the people you interviewed, so it's pretty funny. Like I remember like being stoked on just hanging out with Patrick. You had Patrick Shirishi on the podcast not like too long ago, and I just like he. It's funny because in high school he was a grade, like he was like a sophomore when I was a freshman.
Ooh, upperclassmen.
So it was like one of those like, oh, Patrick's like the older cool dude. He's just like the same age as me.
No, it's big difference, especially freshman sophomore.
Dude, in high school, that is a huge difference.
Huge difference. Yeah.
He was just the nicest guy. Like everyone loved him. He was just so nice. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like that guy's so talented, he could play everything. And I'm able to like jam with him. That's awesome. Um just everybody who played around me was just like great. And you just get better because of that. Like you get better with just, it's not even competitive. It was never like a I gotta get as good as this person. It's just like you're learning from all of your friends. It's just, I don't know, man. I give all the homies credit.
Shout out to Patrick, and please go listen to that interview if you haven't already.
Yeah, shout out.
Tremendous musician. Shout
Yeah.
out to Patrick. Was working with him for way further down the line out of high school with, is it Datsuki? Do I have that correctly? Datsuki 10?
Oh,
That
that you know Patrick just Patrick is like a magnet for all musicians, really. Like you just like you're just drawn to him. And yeah, he when he wanted to put that together, it was just like, no, do you want to do this? I was like, yeah. It really isn't like it wasn't like this crazy, thought out, but like it's just a bunch of friends playing music together, and that I'm glad he has me. Um, I'm glad I'm a part of that because I don't improvise really in any other group, like it's not, I don't think that's what I do personally. And when I have the chance to do it, it's such a challenge. I'm like, I'm kind of like you're put on the spot, and improv is so different than anything else. And it's yeah, I love that Pat asked me to be a part of that. And so that yeah, that it's cool too because it's like we're all just so comfortable with each other, and a lot of respect to people who can do that with anyone, you get in a room with someone you don't know and you're just like, all right, let's get in front, let's get on stage and play to people without any, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
that's a way different muscle.
dude, it's crazy. And I'm in like, fuck, it's 10 people up there, so I'm sort of like, all right, cool.
Oh, you were more comfortable with more people, which I can understand where you're coming from with that, as opposed to like 3 and 10. It's a huge difference, and you can kind of like, all right, I'm gonna let off a bit.
Yeah,
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 is a very interesting recording, and that's on the I think believe Patrick's Bandcamp, whatever that is, will be
totally.
linked below. But yeah,
Yeah,
you were playing guitar in that ensemble, right?
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Again, it's not anything I really do, but I'm so glad Patrick makes me do it. It's like it's great because I do need to flex and exercise that muscle because it is definitely something I need to do more, and only because I love it so much. I love improvised, free improv, free jazz. Like it's definitely something I've always respected, I've always been into, and I need to dive more into that world playing wise. It's just not what I play, you know? So I feel like disrespectful. Like what are you
Who are
doing here?
you
Like,
coming in here? Yeah.
I don't want to disrespect the art. I'm just I want to, dive into it a little more and you know, soak it up before I just jump into that world.
Right.
Yeah. But it is something I want to get into, and yeah, maybe I'll try to develop a different voice because I feel like it requires a different voice. Like it's not yeah, when it's like free form anything, it's a different conversation as opposed to, sitting down and writing a song or something,
Yeah, do you feel like the reverse is also true? If somebody was coming from a more improvisational background and being thrown into a more structured unit with you within your background, let's say, do you think that that's still a fish out of water kind of moment, playing around this kind of structure here that's already been set?
That's a good question.
Thank you. I I wrote it
Next,
down.
great question, dude.
Sushi or hamburgers? What are we doing?
Great question. I'm gonna say next question. No,
That's a
dude,
that's a that's a fucking that's a great move. I really do like that. Great question. Next question.
next.
Hmm.
You're like, yeah, I had Noah on the podcast. He's the dick.
No,
He just
no, he
he wouldn't answer any question.
he really took the reins and just went where he wanted to. He said next
I'm gonna ask
question.
you a question, Jacob. Okay.
No, actually, let me flip the fucking script for a minute. Let me
What do
see how
you
you
think?
like it.
What do you think, bud? What do you think about improv?
Hey guy, what do you think?
Dude, guy is full of disrespect. I love it. If I'm ever mad at somebody, I'm like, hey, what's up, guy? What's going
There
on, guy?
was yeah, there's some energy behind that. What do you
No,
what do
is it
you yeah, yeah, unless,
guy?
no,
That's who you are right now to me.
yeah, you're just guy. What do you call people like if somebody holds a door open for you? A guy opens a door for you like, "Oh, thanks man," or "Thanks dude," or "Thanks boss." Like what are you throwing out there?
Oh, everyone gets dude from me. I'm like I said, MTV. I grew up on MTV, and I'm just
Pauly
like,
Shore
what's up, dude? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or the
So
Weasel? What about one of those you throw you throw in a Weasel?
yeah, the juice.
The juice.
Um, Let me answer your question. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. First he's sour, then he's sweet. Jacob, I'm sorry. You
I'm
get the
loving it.
you don't get guy anymore. You get dude. I'm sorry, dude. I got the sun in my fucking face. I'm sorry.
No, it looks nice. This looks like an album cover. This is like yeah.
Trying to
This
answer your questions. Listen, next question.
listen,
I don't know. Yeah, man. Sure. Next question. Listen, guy, I got something going on. No, to answer that question though, which was a great question, and
it
I
it,
already
it
got
no,
what
no, it was a GQ. I just want that on record. It was a GQ, and Noah said so. So
GQ, strong GQ,
strong.
capital G, capital Q. I think I actually don't think it works the same. I think somebody from that world, I feel like that's the person I want if I'm in the studio and I'm like, we're gonna write stuff. I want the person who can I that I so hard to word things. I'm so bad with it. The sun's in my eye.
Yeah, yeah. It is the sun. Yeah, for the audio listeners, there is sun just
What?
right in the face, and it's getting hard to hear because of
I
the
can't
sun. All
think
these
about
rays.
trying to say. Yeah, the rays, dude.
It's the
Oh, the
rays.
rays. Um, yeah, if I like the choices that person makes musically in like a improv setting, then I'm like 100% like I want that person involved in writing with me. Or I would like to collab and work on music with that person because that type of brain, I think, it's like I said the other way around, where I'm just like, I need to develop that side musically. I need that's like a different voice. I feel like once you have that voice, writing is, you know, at least that I don't know. That's just what I think. I'm not necessarily in that world, but I feel like it's one of those muscles that, like, if you're exercising it constantly, like someone like Patrick, who's just on stage with somebody different almost every time I see him, and he's able to have a conversation no matter who it is, then dude, you're gonna get in the studio and write the shit out of some music, man. Like I think that's the way it is for me. And that's why it's so important for me to want to, develop that a little bit.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Now, was working with Patrick on that song the first time that you worked with Dylan Fujioka as well? And shout out to Dylan, and please go listen to his interview after this one as well.
great
Yeah, it's
interview.
gonna yeah, it's gonna be on one of the. I haven't decided which shoulder I'm gonna put it up on your screen, but it's gonna be somewhere.
Great guy.
But yeah,
Great guy. Listen to him. Listen to this dude.
listen,
Act like my hands are your hands.
we can get that in post. Okay, we got the thumbnail, and that's very important.
Yeah, we need to work on the thumb. The thumbnail's me going, fuck, get this sun out of my eye. Why don't I just move? Why am I still just, it's my fault. I'm sorry. What was the good question?
No, this was a meh question. It wasn't the good question. Um,
That's why I interrupted it with the sun talk.
no, it's good. The sun talk it needs to be addressed. In Southern California, it's got to be out there.
This is the conversation we need to have. I told you, man, second cup of coffee was gonna hit around this time, dude. I
You
can't.
did. You did.
I'm
And
so
you know what?
sorry.
That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for right now. Where's the second cup energy? It's within the sun. It's I think it's a combination of the second cup and the sun that is really fueling this right now, which is fantastic.
This is, and then it goes back to your because you're pivoting, right? Your podcast pivot is the grind set mentality. And so when you wake up, if you're not staring at the sun for 15 minutes, when you wake up at the early 1 p.m., second cup of coffee, grinding, dude, just grinding. Like I'm on my first podcast. I got three more after this. You know?
Very Jocko-esque. Very Jocko-esque.
And if you're not prepared to fight everybody,
It's always a fight. Why is it always? It's always
everything,
based. Yeah.
it's a fight, man. You
You're in
got to be
traffic.
prepared.
You're fighting. You're at the grocery store. You're fighting. Parking. Fighting.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fighting at the grocery store. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is Guitar World? They don't make them anymore.
What do
They
you
don't
What do you mean?
exist. What are you talking about?
You got a lead in Sacramento. All right.
Just driving pissed. Fucking Sacramento just to get my goddamn Guitar World.
And you just gotta be ready for that kind of stuff. But no, you are the kind of guy that is ready for that stuff. So it's like, I'm not. I'm not worried about it at all because I know that you're prepared. You're ready to go to Sacramento. I
You think
can't
I'd
even
be wearing
see you
a
right
camo
now.
hat?
I
You think
couldn't
I'd be
see it.
wearing a camouflage hat right now
it
if I wasn't ready for anything? I'm ready to wake up early. And
early 10.
10 o'clock, you wake up at 10 o'clock. What do you do? I wake up at 10 o'clock. I have my, you know what, dude? Travis Barker mushroom gummies. Okay?
Is it really Travis Barker's brand?
It is, dude. It is. It was one of those moves before tour. I was like, we were at Sprouts. I was at Sprouts with Dylan and my friend Ryan, and we were just like, "Oh, we got to get some like mushroom like pills or something." And I was like, "I'm buying the Travis Barker brand. I'm sorry, trusted. He tours,
He does tour. Uh,
trying to like
I
parallel myself with like a giant, super famous musician. I'm like, he's just like me.
we're basically the same. We're kept from the same cloth. Me and Barker for sure.
TB? Oh, dude. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
You guys run the same circles. Yeah,
TB. Oh yeah, we're in the same. Oh yeah, man. I remember the Aquabats. Come on, let's go.
he was,
Let's
and
eat,
then I forgot.
let's eat those mushrooms. Yeah, man.
Well, how are the mushrooms? Are they helping you? Are they? I mean, are you microdosing? Are you macrodosing?
Jacob, I cannot tell. I can't tell you.
They're
I have
doing wonders.
a fucking clue. I'm eating these goddamn mushrooms every day. I don't even know who I am anymore.
But you are willing to find it
Jacob, come in close. Come in close, dude. Why am I eating Travis Barker's mushrooms?
because it's a sponsor of this podcast, and with the code the Vineyard, you can get $2. Yeah, it's $2 off of Barker Wellness Co. magic mushrooms. There it is.
So good. Mm. Thank you, Travis. It was
Shout out,
just,
shout out to Travis.
and that's why the sun's not even bothering me anymore. I think I realized. I think that's one thing I realized when I eat these. I'm just, I'm in the sun. I'm talking to you normally. I'm having a normal conversation with my boy, my dude. Not my guy anymore.
I was gonna say, well, yeah, I was waiting for it. Is the other shoe gonna drop? Yes.
Just shit
So yeah,
on-
shout out to Travis Barker. Yeah.
I'm trying to look like. Remember when Travis was remember when Travis was in the transplants and he shaved his head, he looked like this? I'm trying to go for that right
I actually do.
now. Travis Barker is one of my biggest influences, okay?
Yeah.
And that's what we're talking about here. We're
Mhm.
talking the influence Travis. Actually, I'm not even gonna lie, dude. I love Blink 182. Like I grew up on Blink 182, man. That shit rocks.
What about Oasis? How do you feel about them coming back?
Uh I wasn't like a big Oasis fan, but like when they announced like, oh, the Oasis reunion or whatever. I mean, you know what? I'm actually a fan of the brothers. I'm just a fan of their interviews. Just a huge fan of them. The music's cool, but man, those interviews are great. There's an interview with them, like one of them, and he's just like, I have to make my own tea now because people aren't buying records anymore. He's like, I used to actually have somebody on payroll that would make me my own tea. Now I have to make my own. He's like, and that's sad. It's just like, dude,
Do you
you
think
get
that that guy was just making tea? Like that was his only thing? Like that was you're just making tea.
I'm positive that was a dude.
Oh,
I'm positive that was a job. I'm positive that was a dude. It's a funny sentence. I'm positive that was a dude that existed in the world. Liam Gallagher's tea guy. Well, like I think it was it Method Man? No, it was either Method Man or Red Man. One of them had like a blunt roller.
yes, I've heard about this.
Yeah.
Now do you think that you're pretty good at rolling joints or blunts?
No. Actually, again, it's just like guitar. It's just like guitar. I never properly learned. I just would wing it. And yeah, on tour, we would like it would be like a thing. Like if somebody were to give us weed and in the hotel rooms, I would like roll us like a small joint for me and Dylan. And I'd use like a postcard or something for like the clutch.
Mhm, mhm. Crutch. No, the clutch. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I'm coming in clutch.
Right, right, right. Of course. Method Man style.
I'm not really like a smoker or anything. Like it
You
gets
just
me
like
turned.
you just like rolling joints, rolling
I
doobies.
just roll, dude. That's it. And because I was trying to get that job, but I don't want to learn professionally or anything. I don't want to like I want to learn this on my own, just like guitar. So
Right.
it's just through experience, man. And I'm now, you know what, coming full circle, you're right. It is better to learn on your own because those are some unique joints, dude. You're not going to see one like that out in the wild. No way.
No. No one's rolling them like you.
Shaped like a finger.
Whatever you want. I can do finger is you're basically doing the
But
balloon
now,
art.
dude,
Yeah.
yeah. Just like, what do you want this one to look like?
Was there anyone that stuck out to you early on besides Blink 182 and these sort of bands that we discussed? Was there one that you're like, yeah, I like that band for whatever reason?
Early bands, like I'm like around that time, like I'm a kid,
Yeah.
dude. The Deftones, the Deftones. I was like, I don't think I knew what shoegaze was, you know. So like, new metal was popping, and like System of a Down was awesome, and but like the Deftones to me, I was like, what? This is pretty. This is so pretty. And I think I remember me, I was staying at my like with my cousin a lot. My uncle was cool and was just like, yeah, you could stay here over the summer. And it was like summer of fifth grade. So I was however age you are in
Yeah,
fifth
fit
grade.
your fifth grade age. Yeah.
Yeah, I was five. That's how grades were. Five, I was in fifth grade.
Yeah.
So I'm a 5 year old kid and hanging out with my cousin who's a senior in high school. And yeah, we were into like a lot of like new metal and just like rap and all this stuff. And he was older than me, so he would like put me on all this music. And we went to Target, and this was crazy. This was our move. You get the knife from the knife section, you take that out of the plastic, you go to the CD section, you cut out whatever, you grab the CD, you put it in your pocket, and you walk out. So that's how we were getting CDs. Man, that sun is in my eye. That I'm sorry. So yeah, that's what we would do. And I remember one time just like it was extremely like I was extremely excited for this day because we the new Deftones album came out, White Pony, and I think the Slipknot album was already out. So we were like, let's get those two CDs. So we go get a knife. It was this weird operation. It was like Ocean's 11, but fucking three kids and Target. And we're like, all right, Mikey, you go get the knife. Adam's gonna grab the CDs, and then I'm just here. I wasn't really doing. I was too scared. I was just like, yeah, yeah, let's do that. I was 5 years old, dude, in fifth grade. So they're doing their thing. We walk out, and they they had big pockets, as which was the style back then.
And now it's reared its head yet again, full circle.
Or Ouroboros,
Aurora Borealis.
Aurora Borealis, which is a snake eating its own ass.
Yeah.
Um, and I remember going to my cousin's house and listening to Slipknot and what like, whoa, this is crazy as hell. And then listening to the Deftones and just immediately be like, oh, this is my favorite band, dude. This is it. It's my favorite band. I'm 5 years old. I'm 5 years old. It's my favorite band. I don't know how old I was, but
But like 10 or 11, maybe.
yeah, maybe you're right. Fifth grade, maybe
Yeah,
12,
maybe 12, maybe.
going into sixth grade. But anyway, um, that was like one of my bands. I was like, whoa, I want to like write. So I would start learning how to play their music on guitar and stuff like around that time. It's when I got a guitar. So that's a huge influence on me. I didn't even really know stylistically if it is, but it's just like a big reason why I wanted to be in a band. You know what I mean?
Right, right. That's a good reason to be in a band. Now, was your father privy to the Deftones? Did he know about them as well?
No, my dad, oh man, what like was my dad hip to anything or when I was like into that? Oh, okay. My dad loves Rage Against the Machine. So that's like a dad like rock band, I think.
Dude, Bulls on Parade. Yeah, sure.
Such a good dad rock band.
Yeah.
Dad rock band. Um, if you're at a family party and if any of your family members happen to be a cholo, they love Rage. Dude, so down with Rage. Rage is universal, man. Rage is universal.
Can you give me a like the pinnacle dad rock band from the 60s, from the decade of the 60s? Like what would be like the creme de la creme, like this is the rock band of this decade?
Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd. And then as for the 70s
Pink Floyd.
and the 80s.
Pink Floyd. In the 90s, Pink Floyd.
Of
Um,
course.
I just like flip it on you in the 90s. In the 90s, Paul Anka.
Paul Anka,
Paul Anka, dude.
a superb classic rock guy, Paul Anka. Yeah.
Hey, there's a Paul Anka album.
Tell me about this Paul Anka album, Noah. Please.
There's a Paul Anka album, Jacob, and it's all covers of like alternative rock songs. He does the classics such as Black Hole Sun. I'm sure there's a Nirvana song on this album. I have to look it up, dude. I'm sorry. Sorry.
No,
Pause the
that's
podcast.
that's
Don't pause
fine.
it when I go pee. Don't pause it when I have to take a piss. Pause it when I'm looking up Paul Anka's cover album. Dude, I already have it like searched. My favorite thing is going on my phone and typing anything in and seeing it like fill out the rest of like what I previously searched. It's just like it already had Paul Anka cover album on here. Rock Swings.
Ooh, good name. Good name for an album.
Let's go through like okay, what do we have? It's My Life by Bon Jovi.
Yeah, sure.
Paul Anka does Everybody Hurts.
That makes more sense than Black Hole's Son, I would say.
I'm like, what is this album, man? Yeah, it does make more sense. Wonderwall, Black Hole Sun, dude, Jump, Smells Like Teen Spirit. Yeah, this is a great album, man.
All the hits, steering this ship way back to kind of the beginning again. To wrap this podcast up, how does your dad feel about you making music now and being a part of Meatbodies?
Um, yeah, he's into it, man. He's into it. My dad is always like he was always hyped on like me playing music. I think yeah, he went to a show. Yeah. I was like, has he seen us? Yeah, he has. And he was way into it. So yeah, he's hyped on that for sure.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's hyped on that. He's always loved like my group of friends and that we all play music and everything. He's just like I think I heard him say that once. No, he
That's word around town is that he digs it. Yeah.
word around town. I didn't even hear it myself. He was just like, hey, I heard your dad said that. He's into this.
You go, what? What? You heard that? You go,
Dad. You're like, yeah, I said that.
okay. Yeah. So what? So what? I said it.
Want to fight? No. No, he's been listening to a lot of grind set podcasts lately. So
Yeah. Yeah.
no, my dad is like really, really into the fact that I play music and yeah, he's always like helping out too. Like he checked the van before we went on tour. He's a mechanic, and he was just like, "Don't go anywhere else. What are you guys doing?" Like just he like because Chad's van, well, as cars do. There's always something up with cars. So Chad's van, like the door right before we were gonna leave, we were trying to fix the door because it wouldn't open from the outside, the side door. So my dad was like, "Yeah, let me fix that." So we came over, he fixed that, and then mid tour it stopped working again. We're just like, dude, what happened? And then when we get back, because I was just like, well, let's talk to my dad and let's see if he can fix it again. It started working again. So yeah, I think my dad like rigged it so it would mess up again. So my dad's trying to get more work out of us. Is what's
No,
going
but
on
also, I mean, like, that's a master mechanic right there.
to make it work, stop working, and then make it work again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And this is the for the folks who don't know, this is a 1999 or 97 Ford Econoline van, extended edition, I believe.
Maybe,
Maybe.
dude, I don't know.
License plate number 4TQ.
I'm like, I have no idea. I don't even know. I don't pay attention to things
That's
unless I have to pay attention. Like whenever anyone's asking me like, "Yo, how long are you going to be on tour?" or like, "What day are you going to be here?" or whatever, I'm just like, "It's on my calendar, man." I don't know. I'm so sorry, people.
your guess is as good as mine. So if I see ya, I see ya.
Like I obviously know, but if
But
it's
come
my
on, I'm not gonna
calendar,
check. Yeah.
it's in my calendar. But you expect me to actually know. Yeah, I'm the worst when it comes to that. I'll be honest. I'll be the first to admit, dude. I am the worst. Like this tour, it was right after a European tour. So it was like Europe and then come home for like a week or two, and then hit North America. And it was just sort of like, I know we're going. I know we're gonna be gone, so we'll
We're
leave when we leave.
we're gone and we're in America sometimes, and then sometimes we're not. So
Sometimes we're in Canada, which is crazy.
that is
I
wild.
still think we're in America. And then it's like you cross the border and you're like, no, you're somewhere else, dude,
No
entirely.
way. Yeah.
Stop referencing another country. This is a different country.
Yeah, start getting privy to some local references.
Exactly. This is just like In and Out. Everything's just like,
Then you got to switch that to Tim Hortons or
this is
something.
just like, this reminds me of Tim Hortons. I'm like, yeah, this pho totally reminds me of Tim Hortons.
You know what? I really do appreciate you coming on here, sir.
Dude, thank you for asking me. Thanks for thanks for letting me sit here.
Yeah. Hey, my pleasure. I'm sorry that we couldn't do anything about the light the whole time, and I apologize for that.
I have to soak these rays in, man. I've just been listening to like this, there's a routine on this podcast, and it's like if you and your friends aren't staring at the sun, cold sun, Paul Anka.
Oh yeah, that reminds me of that Paul Anka tune. I do have some promo to do before we wrap it up. So, Meatbodies music is streaming everywhere. Wherever you get your music, that's where you could find it. The new album is out now through In the Red
In the
Records.
red, yeah.
In the Red, Flora Ocean Tiger Bloom. All right, that sounded right when I said it. Um, you can keep up to date with the band through the Instagram at Meat Bodies Authentic Official, I believe, or Official Authentic,
Authentic.
Official Authentic on Instagram, and yeah, go stream the earlier works of the band as well, and yeah, just stay up to date because they might be coming through with in the Econo line soon
And the
again.
and the if the door is working, you,
If your father allows the door to work, you
which I think this time around he will. You're all invited.
now no, do we have anything else to promote before before we end this here?
Um, no, I'm working on a new grind set podcast with Jacob, and that's going to be coming soon. We're going to talk about all the important things you need to do. Um, waking up and getting sleep, eating mushrooms, eating.
Talking to Travis, everything is going to be discussed. So yes, stay tuned for the new podcast. I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to it.
I can't wait.
And yeah, we'll see you warriors out there. All right. I appreciate you, Noah.
Dude, thanks for having me, man.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so sorry for the coffee.
No, I like it. I wouldn't have it any other way except black. No sugar, no cream.
Huh?
I'm gonna stop recording this. I'll talk to you in a minute.
Yeah, dude, for sure.